Hello everyone, this is the multi-agent fraud detection system I have built for Elasticsearch Agent Builder Hackathon. This is FraudSignal. So we're going to talk about three topics: the problem, how we're going to solve it, and then demo of the product. Financial fraud costs over $5 trillion annually, and traditional monitoring systems are generating more than 95% of false positives. How do we reduce the amount of those false positives and arrive granularly at that? These are the fraud transactions. Precisely, how can we arrive at that? And also, reducing the amount of time that we take today to generate the reports. Those are some of the primary areas where the FraudSignal is going to address. FraudSignal is an autonomous fraud detection system that plans, reasons, acts, and explains about why it is taking certain kind of decisions, so that when the confidence is very high, these agents are able to take a call on, yes, these are the fraud transactions because of these reasons, and they take the decision like, okay, let's freeze this account or flag it and send a notification to the specific human user so they can do that additional validation or say that these transactions are actually okay. Here is the high-level architecture of how I have built this FraudSignal. There are two agents. One is an orchestrator. The other one is a specialized agent. And there are 9 tools I have created. All those tools are to get the necessary data from the indexes I have created. And I have few tools which are actually talking to the workflows. These workflows are to conduct certain kind of operations like creating some alerts or updating them or even sending some notifications as well. Now, on top of these indexes, I also have created some dashboards. Here is the Elasticsearch serverless platform I was using. All the components are built here. As you see here, I have a lot of data that I have already ingested. And now I'll show you the dashboard information too, just to show like, okay, the number of records I have, how the information is actually distributed, what kind of accounts and transactions I have at the moment. Notice something here about these alerts. I have one alert here saying that, okay, this account is actually flagged, which means that the intention is so the human user can actually take a look at that and see if it has to be freezed or not. But I have another example of this account which I want to investigate. So this, I'm using the orchestrator agent here, FraudSignal. This is actually connected to multiple tools, as I was saying earlier. And now it is determining, it is actually starting with a plan. It understood that, okay, here are the tools I have, and for this given task, which are the tools I need to use. Now it is going through and picking the right tools that are necessary for this specific investigation. So as you see here, it is sending the necessary information to the tools and also running the tools. The tools are doing their job on pulling the necessary information, and the data is being sent to the agents back. Now, once the agent receives this result, it is actually reviewing that, and based on that, it is moving to the next step. In here, it is checking for, is there any impossible travel? It is doing that reasoning and then going and checking the other patterns like, okay, are there any device usage patterns? Are there any different kind of devices this specific user is using? And also multiple tools, behavioral patterns it is reviewing. All this information it is collecting together, and based on that reasons, it is taking a decision that this is actually a fraud situation for this account, and it has determined that, okay, this has to be freezed. And it has provided all the necessary rationale here for us, and it has even generated this report. Now notice this tool. This is the log fraud alert tool. Behind this, I have a workflow which got triggered to create a new alert. If I just quickly refresh this one, it should be actually creating, yeah, there it is. Here is the account, and it is saying that, okay, this has to be freezed because of these reasons. It has given me this complete information about all the analysis that it has done. So freezing this account, and it should be providing details like, okay, so maybe I think this account has the details about yeah, 8 ATM withdrawals within the 1 hour 45 minutes window on this specific date, and then every single transaction was this much amount of amount. So as you see here, clearly it is identifying all the data points from different kind of data sources, leveraging the tools, and then it is taking a decision that yes, this is specifically a fraud situation and this has to be freezed. And there you go. Here you have the complete report of the analysis of this specific account. Now this can be run for one account or multiple accounts. We can run this as a batch process, like every 24 hours, or you can pick the time, or even near real time you can kick off this workflow, the workflows that I have created, so that as a bank or somebody who is doing this compliance on the transactions, they get this clear understanding of the fraud situations. There you are. This is the FraudSignal by leveraging multiple agents, tools, workflows, and the data that I have created in Elasticsearch serverless platform. That is FraudSignal for you, and thanks for watching.